power was set up in a way through that whole time that power really wasn't given to a group of people. And I'm going to take one step back. We're just a generation away. My mother and father dealt with segregation. And it wasn't just like what they talk about, segregation of white and black water fountains. I'm talking about white and black towns.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, they're from the South. Like, the city that they were in is where the niggas stayed.
Right.
Right? They had their own tailors. They had their own barbers. They had their own post office. They had their own bakers. They had their own mechanics. They had their own CAD company. Not because they wanted to, it's just because we weren't welcome. Right? Yeah. And then there was a fault for integration, and some would say that ruined a lot of good back businesses. Right? Take one step back.
Yeah. Okay.
Take one step back too. You look at Tulsa, Oklahoma, Greenwood, right? Where people had a successful segregated city. It was completely destroyed. That land is now held by white people. The generational wealth is passed on through land. You go in and you talk about Jim Crow laws, redlining, not selling property to black people, right? Those things are all systemic, which have put us in a position where we rent at an astronomical rate compared to the landowners of white people, right? Where true power comes from ownership, right?
Right.
And so if you don't recognize these things even happened, right, you can continue to perpetuate some of these systematic things that have been put in place. And that's all it is, just recognizing where we're at, right? I'm not saying slavery is what is the problem today. Slavery's been over. It was the begrudging movement of white people. It was the KKK. It was the legislation. It was all the things that were consistently done to us up to this day. They just have a new face. Right. They have a whole different way of going about it, but it's still out there.